If you thought that Dark Yuki Kuron, or Dark Yuki Cross, however you want to put it, is actually pretty good, or pretty scary in fact, then why actually don't you take a look at her light side, her light form in fact. Vampire Knight Guilty end credits. You get to see only Yuki Cross again as she actually walks on the sand, and then she starts laying down, but all of a sudden something crazy happens. When she starts dragging the sand into her hands, it actually just starts turning into blood for some unknown reason, which, by the way, I mentioned this before in one of my videos, that when I saw it when I was young, it was actually like somewhat satisfying. It was like, how the heck is she doing that? It was absolutely, it's funny, but like, it still kind of kept, it is still pretty mesmerizing. But whilst that actually is happening, apparently that trail of blood just keeps filling up some holes of the sand or something like that, and then afterwards, it gets to be in the shape of butterfly wings. Now, technically speaking, that I have no idea what the heck this was, or whether this was going to be considered as a new transformation. At least that's what I thought when every time I kept on seeing this ending scene. Little did I know that it actually was going to be an actual transformation. It kind of feels like that the outro credits of Vampire Knight Guilty, this one right here, was actually foreshadowing the continuation of what Yuki was going to have in considers of power. Especially if we're going into the Vampire Knight manga. Specifically, in manga 14 of Vampire Knight, you actually get to realize that Yuki actually discovers her wings, which is the first time that she actually unlocks that sort of power. It was actually during the middle of some interesting situation between her and her brother Kaname, because Kaname was actually doing some very crazy things that even Yuki did not think that he would be capable of doing. Which, by the way, kind of actually makes him as a criminal at that point, if you ever seen Volume 14 of Vampire Knight, just saying. And this really took a hard toll on Yuki, especially due to the fact that why on earth was her brother doing this? I mean, he's already done the stuff to protect her so much in the anime, so why the heck would he continue to be able to kill more purebloods just to protect her own sister? Like, why would he freaking do that? But of course, that got her into some sort of breakdown or something. But she like screams very loudly apparently, and that's when her wings start to show. Now, technically, the purpose of her wings, now I don't know whether they're technically made out of blood like they have in the ending credits of Vampire Knight Guilty, but I think they should, right? I mean, it makes a lot of sense if they are made out of blood. I mean, it should make sense if they are going to do that, then they probably should. At least probably, try to make point of that. However, there is some cases about this specific transformation that she gains, because as in the manga, Kaname actually has the familia of a bat, obviously, because vampires emotionally have the ability to turn into bats. Now, you're probably familiar with, well, the word familiar before. Technically, it's like some sort of animal avatar. It can be the shape of any form of an animal or insect, however you want to put it. Take for Mikage, for example, from Kami-sama Kiss, the anime. Now, technically, his avatar or familiar is actually a butterfly as well. However, I think he actually uses his familiar a little bit differently. Though I'm pretty sure he also uses that butterfly the exact same way as communication, just like Yuki Cross does when she is using her butterfly abilities in Vampire Knight Memories, which is very fascinating actually. It's pretty cool how she actually decides to, communicate with all of her friends or relatives to, to talk to people or to plan things out for some sort of thing, I guess. But it was pretty cool, and I like that. And what Kaname actually calls it, and what Kaname actually says about her butterfly familiar ability, is that it actually represents the embodiment of light. I mean, that pretty much kind of makes sense. It's the same thing like Mikage from Kami-sama Kiss. It is literally the exact same thing. However, apparently in Vampire Knight Memories, the very last volume that I read, apparently like the butterflies are black for some unknown reason. I don't understand why. I mean, last time I remember, they should be like, I don't know if all of them are black butterflies, but they really shouldn't, right? Because she's basically the embodiment of pure light, so shouldn't they perhaps be more glowing or something? At least that's what I think of anyways. But of course, that is not the only thing that she can actually do aside from just communication. Since, of course, she has the wings themselves, she can obviously fly. Yes, she can definitely 100% fly with those butterfly wings. Also, she can somehow, like, make an army of butterflies, by the way. Just like how Kaname actually has, like, his army of bats as his familia, Yuki has her army of butterflies, which, by the way, you may think that they're harmless, but boy, when I tell you, the way how she uses her powers and abilities in the Vampire Knight Memories manga is so incredible. Like, far out. It is so freaking good. Make sure to not even get to her bedside, even if she has her light form or something like that. And the even crazier part is that she can literally split and freaking like disintegrate into butterflies, and she can probably like make like multiple versions of herself using those butterfly abilities. It is absolutely amazing. Like, I'd never seen Yuki with this sort of power, and it's like, it's so freaking OP. Like, if you imagine if someone tried to hit her, but she actually activated that butterfly ability, she can split herself into two, becoming one with her familia, and just avoid that attack. Like, she can keep on with that for like literally probably hours. And even with the freaking Artemis that she has, like, she gains full power of the Artemis. I mean, you should see, like, what the heck? That looks pretty cool. This is actually, like, if you have seen my, analysis with Yuki Cross overall, the negatives and the positives, like, this is something that, Yuki should have actually been, acknowledged a little bit more, like, how very powerful she can possibly be. I mean, it's great that they actually managed to acknowledge her in the manga like this in Vampire Knight Memories, but they could have done exactly something like this in the anime. I mean, not that I'm saying that's a bad thing, but like, this has sort of been something that could be open with, especially if they could consider of doing a Vampire Knight Season 3 based on the manga, or at least somewhat similar to the manga, which they could have done, like, a Vampire Knight Destinies anime, which is by the way, that is what it was actually going to be called. I'm not even kidding. I'll probably try to bring up some proof with that one at some point. But yeah, as basically overall, with such a crazy power, and you think that this ability is pretty much harmless, I'm kidding you not that this power is absolutely OP, and she's crazy good with it. I feel like that the butterfly ability that she has is like really great, and I feel like it's the perfect match for her to have that sort of thing, as it's based on the embodiment of light. But it can also but also some extra abilities that it has is to like purify, like, humans from turning into level E's or something. Well, like, just you'll probably notice that in the Vampire Knight Memories manga, I guess. But also, like, every time when she lands a hit with her Artemis, butterflies just somehow just spray out of the bodies. Like, what the heck? It is sick as, and I absolutely love it. Like, you'll probably never think of butterflies the same way than you usually do ever again. I'm just saying. But I feel like that this makes her the true angel of light, let alone that she has the power of being the true angel of darkness as well. Anyway, I just wanted to actually just bring that one up. Sorry if it was a bit longer than last time, but at least you know a little bit about, Yuki's light form and the blood butterfly. I feel like that the blood butterfly is absolutely awesome. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that the light form of Yuki, the blood butterfly, is actually pretty OP? Because I definitely think it is, and it's absolutely amazing. I mean, this literally says everything about her personality, how she cares for others, and she wants to protect others, and having, her mission was to basically, just like her father, Kai Cross, was to, coexist between humans and vampires, which is absolutely fantastic. So let me know what you think about all of that. Also, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the notification bell to never miss a video. And I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. My name is Mad Dog, and may your days be mad and rad.